Alright, I've been under a lot of pressure lately to make another video by some of my subscribers. So here we go. This is an introduction. I've already made the video, so I want to tell you what it's about. So first thing it's about is trying out new equipment. It didn't work out so good. I got a chest mounted harness for my camera, and you'll see in the video it wasn't aimed at the saw when I wanted it to be. So you're gonna have to live through that as I get better at making videos. Working on my recovery is one thing, learning how to make videos is another. So in this video, I'm taking down this tree, and it's the last one in the line that I've been working on, right? And so the video starts, I already have the rope up in the tree, and I've got it over here to another anchor. Over here is the pine tree that I have been using for an anchor, and because there's water and other reasons, I'm better off going with this anchor. And what's kind of cool about this one is here at this anchor I have a pulley. So I change the direction of the rope, and I come over here to my winch, and it gets me in a safe zone, and I want the tree to fall here, okay? And I do pretty good in the video. It falls a little bit more over here than I wanted it to, but it fell okay. And so that's that. Enjoy the video. Be patient with me as I learn to do better at making videos. The next video you'll see an improvement. So enjoy it, learn from it, and keep working on your recovery. Alright folks, it's January 10th, and this is the project for today. I don't know, that's about an 18-inch, 20-inch ash tree there, dead ash. And I'm going to cut it down. I already got the rope in it. See that? There. I got the rope up in there yesterday. It was too windy to film yesterday, too cold, but I got the rope up there and got it set up. So what the big part of the plan is here today is I really want to make sure, do the best I can, at dropping this tree right in between those two stumps. My hands are cold. Dropping them right between those two stumps, so it's just to the right of that pine tree, so that it's where I can get at it and work on it good. The other day I cut down this stump, this tree, and the tree fell there, and you can see it's in the bushes and it's just not easy to work on. I want to get this one over there. So one tool I'm going to use today is my framing square to make sure I get this hinge in the right direction. You can see that this tree fell exactly where I cut the hinge, right? I thought I was cutting it over here, but I was doing too much, and look how far off I was. Too much guesstimation. So when I set my hinge today, I'm going to use a square to really try to do a better job of dropping this tree where I want. I want it to drop next to this trail, little pathway I got here, and so that I can get to the wood and get it out easier. Makes all the difference in the world. All right, so I'm gonna walk out of here and show you what else I got going on for this drop. So you can't see it good because of the sun, but one of the things that I'm doing, part of my calculations, is that when I drop this tree, it's gonna land on top of all these other logs and keep it up off the ground, and it just makes it a lot easier to cut up. I don't get my bar in the dirt. So right there's the pine tree I have been using to pull down these trees, but I don't know if you can see it, there's a bunch of water there. The pond is full and can't even get there. So there's this little tree here. It's really at a better angle anyways, and the cool thing about this tree, I don't know what kind of tree it is, but once upon a time there was a bigger tree here, and it got cut down, but the root system was still there. And there's a term for it, but I don't know what it is. That there's some kinds of trees that when there's a root system already established, they would just put up new sprouts and grow new trees, and that's what they usually do. Is it's either 3 or 4. So that's a real good anchor. It's not, doesn't look like a lot of tree, but there's a lot of root system right there. So I've already used it once, so it's a good root, good anchor. So there's the rope going up to the tree, coming down to a pulley, and then you got the pulley, the rope going over there to another tree. And a couple things, this gives me a better angle than pulling from the pine tree. This gives me a better angle for pulling, but then the pulley allows me to change direction so that I and my equipment can be over here out of the way for when that tree comes down. Right? I got that tree right there that I could hide behind if I needed to. So just another way, this little system, you can do an awful lot with this little system. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some tension on this rope and get started. So I have an app on my phone that's a level and a plumb bob and a compass and a few other things. So I was able to use the plumb bob, and that's telling me that that tree right now has a 6-degree back lean. You can see it, it's leaning to the right. So I'm going to go ahead and put some tension on this tree, and then I'm going to check it again to see how much I moved that tree. Alright, so I think it's really hard to see with the naked eye, but I moved it from 6 degrees of back lean to only 1 degree of back lean. So I think that's pretty good. And this winch that I'm using, it's a 10-to-1 mechanical advantage. So I'd be guesstimating right now, I got a good 30 pounds of force that I use on it to move it right now. So that means I got 300 pounds of pulling on it, but I got 300 pounds of force way up there. So that's a lot. And I don't know if you can see it or hear it right now, but it's a lot windier than I care to be doing this. You can see the other trees moving around, but the tree that I'm working on, it's not moving very much at all, and that's because of the tension that's on it. See the down there at the pulley, everything's tight, everything's looking good. So I'm going to go in there to the tree and get started. So I'm back here under the tree. I wish I could make a side-by-side comparison for you, but and I could tell how much more that tree is leaning towards the pulley, you know, where I want this tree to go. So it just, you know, gives me a lot of confidence of where this tree's going, and, you know, my level of safety and everything about it. So things are going good so far. That's my face cut. This is called an open face cut. And there's my square pointing there. I want it a little bit more over there, but that's pretty close. But I'm going to adjust it. Adjusted it. It looks a lot better. I wish I could really sight it better than that yet. But sight pretty good there. Now I got to adjust over here. Better. Now I'm going to make a floor cut. Very close here. This side a little thicker. I'll take a little off of that. Okay. A little more flat cut here. Alright, I'm going to stop there for a minute. I'm going to go check my rope. Sometimes that rope will stretch. You get tension on it, and it'll stretch while you're doing this. And so I'm going to be real careful as I'm walking in the path of that tree. Should it decide to fall. And I'm gonna go check tension. All right, so there's my face cut, and I had to adjust it a little bit. I did use the square. Square in there. Now I got that square pointing pretty good where I want it. And I did my plunge cut. Come through the other side. I started making my back cut there. I got my buddy coming to run the winch for me, just to make sure things go good. So right now, the hinge and the rest of this wood, which is soon going to be the trigger, because it's going to be, when I cut it, this tree is going to fall down. So right now there's a lot of wood holding this tree up. You know, the hinge and the rest of this backwood back here is a lot of wood holding this tree up. So you know, as long as I know where I need to be and what's going on, I feel pretty good about this. All right, so here comes my buddy. And if you have to, hide behind that tree. No, this big, yeah, if you have to. Wait a minute. What? Only thing, I put my finger right over top of the lens of the camera. Alright, so we got it down. I would have liked it to be about 5 feet more to the left up there at the end, but it's in between those two stumps right there. I'm in one piece, my buddy's in one piece. Everything went good. All right.